What if it's a Windows laptop gaming? I wouldn't recommend using laptop for anything. A laptop is probably very good for like, you know, writing stuff on it, but I wouldn't recommend streaming or doing anything heavy with a laptop. I mean, laptops are more powerful like nowadays. The problem with laptops is they don't have like sufficient cooling power like a PC. Eventually, you have to use a desktop, right? Once you start becoming a content creator on a bigger scale, you have to use a desktop because you have to start cutting highlights, cutting content. And the problem with your streams is, this is what I wish I knew when I first started streaming, was when you first start streaming, you want to record your stream and also stream it at the same time. Because if you do not record your streams are just going to be on Twitch. Eventually the VODs are going to be deleted. If you are going to extract your VODs and save it into your computer, the quality is not going to be good. So even though I'm streaming on Twitch right now in 720p, I am recording the stream in 1080p, so I can like upload this on YouTube. Even if I don't have the space to store all my videos on my PC, I'm using YouTube as a way to archive my 1080p videos. And you know, I can cut the videos into highlights, I can repurpose the content, nothing goes to waste. And a lot of people tend to just stream on Twitch and let the content die, and it's never ever going to be seen again by anyone. You know, people are going to ask you like, hey man, I missed your Resident Evil 0 playthrough, like how do I watch your stuff? And you're like, oh man, I gotta replay it if you want to see it. You know what I mean? You don't have like a video recording. So if you're trying to go all the way, you know, if you're trying to be a successful streamer, don't cheat yourself by buying cheap equipment, because eventually you're going to be forced to buy better equipment. So it's better to always just buy equipment just once and just correct. It's going to cost a little extra, but you're not going to have to buy it twice. If you buy like a gaming laptop and then all of a sudden your gaming laptop can't handle streams and recording and all that, you still have to buy a desktop, right? So would you have rather not buy the laptop and just use the money for your desktop? So I would say, you know, if you don't have the funds for a desktop right now, don't waste your funds on a cheap laptop just to be able to stream. It's not about starting today. It's about starting when you are ready, right? Because you can start today with crappy equipment, but if you fail, you'll probably give up really easily. If I'm going to use the laptop, I'm going to use the laptop for only a very specific thing. I want to like use the laptop to edit videos, because once I'm done streaming, I don't like sitting on my desktop. I feel very tired sitting upright. I want to sit somewhere I can chill with a laptop so I can edit my videos. But if I want to stream, if I want to like produce content, I will use my desktop. I did made like a bunch of videos talking about like streaming, so if you want to check that out, that's on my YouTube channel. Should I build my own PC or pre-built PC? You should build your own PC if you want to think about the long term. So my PC is actually pre-built, but I chose the parts for it. The reason why I got my PC pre-built was because I don't know anything about building PCs. But now in hindsight, looking back, I wish I did build my own PC, because in the event that I want to upgrade my PC, I can take out parts and I know exactly how to replace it. And it's way cheaper to build it yourself. The only downside to building your own PC is learning how to troubleshoot. If you buy all your equipment and you're building your PC, there is a chance one of your hardware will not work right. One of your hardware could be faulty and you need to send it back. The benefits of having it pre-built is someone can do it for you and you can choose the parts that you want them to build it. But the downside to that is it's going to be more expensive. I would recommend, if you're not interested in spending time to learn how to make PCs, it's probably a good idea to get it pre-built, but try to find a company that has a very good reputation, right? So in the event you have problems with your PC in the future, that company that helped you build it can help you repair it, right? You can send your PC back to those guys and they will help you out. It will always cost a little extra, but what you're really paying for is the customer service, because there are times I don't know everything that's going wrong with my computer. So from a beginner standpoint, I would highly recommend pre-built. But if you have a lot of time, if you have resources, you don't mind stuff not working right, I would highly recommend you learning how to do it yourself, because being able to do it yourself is infinitely way better than relying on someone else. But overall, your pre-built PC is running smooth. Yes, it is, but it really depends on the person building it. You could have all the right parts parts, but you could like hire a very bad service and someone who doesn't build your stuff properly, and you can have like your water cooling leak. You can have like one of your fans circuit break. You can have a lot of shit going on. So that's why choosing a company that does it very well is a good idea. And you know, you're spending that extra money for professionalism and customer service. Pareto says pre-built is alright. You have the option to upgrade a few things, but building your own is the best. You have the full range of upgrades. Yeah. And also, like, you have a deeper connection with your PC. In my honest opinion, you know when something is not working is due to 1 or 2 parts, and it's a very, very good idea because like if you want to replace parts, you can just replace it on your own. So I recommend learning. Right now, rather than like streaming, you want to work on your commentary skills. So you don't have to stream to work on your commentary skills. You can practice commentary skills without a stream, right? Just find a room, use a smartphone to record yourself, play a game and record yourself commentating for the game or talking about yourself. And you can also pretend that people are in chat. So how are you going to respond to people in chat? Streaming on the PS4, in my honest opinion, is also good practice, but you're giving people a bad impression of your brand, if you will. So for example, right, maybe you're playing a game and you're streaming on a PS4, right? And someone who loves the game you're playing joins your stream for the first time. But because you don't have a lot of like stuff set up, your quality is not there, your webcam is not set up, you give a very bad impression to that person. That person who likes the game that you're streaming, and that person likes to watch games on that directory. It would have been better for you not to stream, get all your stuff ready, and when you stream for the first time, when that person comes to your stream for the first time, he or she gets a very good impression of your channel, right? Because if they get a bad impression of your channel, and even in the future you tend to get all your equipment ready, they might recognize your channel name and they might not click your channel again. They might not click your video anymore, even though you have better equipment. So it's always good to focus on the best first impression you can give people. So if the best first impression you can give people is not streaming, getting all your equipment ready, testing it all behind the scenes, and practicing commentating and playing games off stream, that would be better in my honest opinion. Dell, HP, and Lenovo are all great. Never had issues with any of them, but I wouldn't recommend them though. I think Dell, HP, and Lenovo are more like civilian PCs. So the way you gotta view this is you gotta understand that gamers and civilians are two different customer base. If you are buying a civilian PC, that's only a PC that you would use for answering emails, probably creating a PowerPoint presentation slide, using Microsoft Word, things like that, right? That's civilian stuff, right? So Dell will build you a pretty good PC for that. But if you want a badass PC that is used for gaming, is used for streaming, is used for recording your streams, is used for more power hungry abilities, right? I would recommend going with PC building companies like Origin, NZXT. Go for those companies because they will know how to like help you get the most out of your PCs. In my honest opinion, they are better PC builders than Dell, because Dell, HP, and Lenovo build PCs very casually, but Origin and NZXT, you know, those big companies like that, they will care about wire management. They will care about how they arrange your motherboard in correlation with your graphics card to optimize cooling. They will think about stuff like that, and it will help you in the long run. So yeah, I would recommend, you know, not sticking with Dell, HP, Lenovo unless you're aiming for civilian PCs. Like something like you would give your dad or your mom, you know, whatever, right? Laptops are never great for gaming in my honest opinion. In my honest opinion, buying a laptop to game is more a luxury than what makes sense. If you have enough money for only one thing, and you can only afford a laptop, don't buy it. Just save a bit more, save up for a year, and buy a desktop. A laptop should only be used for traveling and gaming. You're pretty rich, you don't mind like gaming on the go. That's when you buy a laptop. A laptop should only be bought to supplement a desktop. So if you don't have a desktop, don't buy a laptop. If you already have a decent desktop that does all the heavy stuff and you could use a secondary system that you can take with you to the cafe to, you know, do your stuff somewhere, then buy a laptop. But otherwise, laptops are a waste of money because laptop parts are not interchangeable. Laptops are dead usually in 4 to 5 years and you can't change the parts. So But a desktop, if you buy a desktop, you know, you get it pre-built by a very good company or you build it yourself. Once something in your desktop is getting old, you can always buy another graphics card and you swap out the graphics card and you get to keep the rest of your PC. But if something is old and broken in your laptop, the whole laptop is pretty much fucked. If you're gonna even like send your laptop to repair for 50 bucks or 100 bucks, it's a waste of money. Laptops should never be bought to do anything other than to be treated as a luxury item. Never buy laptops if you can save up the money and buy a desktop. Your MSI laptop from 2016 surprises hella as long as it has. So your laptop hanging around till now has nothing to do with how it's gonna perform if you put it under stress. If you put your laptop under stress where you actually like install Cyberpunk 2077 or you install a brand new game, that's when you start to see how good your laptop is after 4 to 5 years. And spoilers, it's not very good. Video games look more smooth on PC than on consoles, I agree. But consoles are getting really close. PS5 is getting really close to what PCs are able to do. And to a certain extent, PS5s can probably do like things a PC can't. Oh my god, you guys gave me an idea. I might also be saving up for a new PC. That's a very good idea, guys. I think I might buy a new PC next year because I'm not going to buy a PS5 yet because apparently the PS5 has issues. For example, like PS5 has issues such as the adaptive controller has problems because the spring that has the adaptiveness to the trigger breaks apparently. So I wouldn't buy a PS5 right now. And I wanted to get a PS5, so I don't think I'll get a PS5. I might save up money for a second PC. So I might actually be able to stream Cyberpunk on PC because I'm going to record and I'm going to stream on the other PC. That's going to be cool, but I got to save up for that. Man, that's an awesome idea. Honestly, if I wasn't streaming, all my games would be on PC, but you know, my PC doesn't have to handle all the load of the gaming. So that's probably one of the few reasons why I, you know, still play on consoles a lot while I stream. If I wasn't streaming, I would purely might be just a PC gamer. Because recording and streaming takes a heavy load on your PC. And if you want to still use your PC to play games, it's even tougher. So why not have two PCs, right? So I'm gonna save up for it for sure. If you enjoyed my content, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Check out my Twitch on OatsCurryTV, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.